Ghana will be the center of attraction on the African continent in March 2024, as the West African country is expected to host the rest of the continent for the 13th African Games. With the Games some 8 months away, 2 locations have been designated to serve as host venues, one of them being the University of Ghana. Ghana's premier tertiary school will serve as the primary hosting center, with designated areas for feeding and housing the competing athletes. The other venue is in Boteman, where some major sporting disciplines are scheduled to take place. The clock is ticking for Ghana as event organizers, but the Ministry for Youth and Sports and the local organizing committee have been quick to assure the public that both venues will be ready in time for the tournament. Citi Sports was taken on the campus tour by engineers who have been tasked to construct the ultra-modern site for the Games. Together with the Vice-Chancellor of the University, the Sports Minister and his deputy, the LOC Chairman, to assess the progress made so far. The first stop on the tour was the University of Ghana rugby field. Stakeholders were shown works done so far, including the changing rooms, media zones for journalists, the VIP space, and the planting of grass as well. From the rugby field, we then paid a visit to the dome site, which is around the diaspora on the University of Ghana campus. The dome site has 2 500-seater capacity tents, which will serve as the cafeteria, a 10-bed clinic, a kitchen where the athletes will be served their daily meals. From the dome site, we journeyed to one of the hostels where active refurbishments were being done. Organizers have started renovations on 2,900 rooms, which are expected to house the estimated 5,800 athletes, coaches, and staff for the Games. Renovation works include the installation of water heaters, air conditioners, repairing of doors and washrooms, along with new wardrobes, beds, and mattresses. From the dormitories, the next step was the University of Ghana Sports Complex, where we had a look at the training zone, which is a replica of the main stadium. Engineers assured that the grass will be trimmed and tartan tracks will be installed to meet international standards. From there, we headed over to the main stadium using the main entrance. The parking lot is expected to have 1,500 slots for cars and will be decorated with trees. Through the main entrance, we entered the stadium where the grass was inspected and remarks were given. Speaking after the tour, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Nana Abba Appiah Amfo, expressed her delight about the works done so far by the engineers.
It's been important that we did this tour. At some point, as you know, UG is a key partner in organizing these games. At some point, I was concerned that this wasn't going to happen, and it had implications for us also with regard to setting and readjusting our academic calendar. But I've been quite impressed with what I've seen this morning. I see that for all the places that we have been to, the rugby pitch, the games village and the main stadium as well as the warm-up pitch, I see that work is progressing steadily. And I believe that when we keep up this pace, by October, November, we should be able to get all the international certification that we need to get.
The chairman of the local organizing committee for the 13th African Games, Dr. Kweku Ofosu-Asare, says it is Ghana's objective to host the best tournament ever.
So the government of Ghana is so committed to doing these games. You know that since 1965, this is the first time we are getting the opportunity to host the games. And the president has given us every assurance, despite the challenges we are having. COVID, what have you, Ukraine. I'm not a politician anyway. But what is going on recently, elsewhere, I have spoken to so many African countries. Elsewhere, they would have pulled out. But our government is committed to getting things done. And we are hoping that we will host the games and to be one of the best ever in the history of the games.
The sports minister, Mustafa Yusuf, further assured that the 2 designated sites will be ready on time for the commencement of the tournament.
So, notwithstanding the setback, and I'm talking of the COVID setback, we are on course and determined to complete all these facilities to host the best ever African Games on the continent of in Africa. To assure you that by the time that the games are going to be organized, there will be enough time for testing, and also the facilities will be ready for the games.
With some 8 months to go for the commencement of the 2023 Africa Games, this is the state of the University of Ghana Sports Complex. Event organizers say it will be ready to host the African continent. For Citi Sports, my name is Bernardo Say.